Hello and welcome to SBLi. This is a short clip to show you how to use prerequisites to remove questions once an answer has been submitted. The reason for this short tutorial is because I've been told by some scenario developers that students get nervous when they return to a question they have already done and see a blank submission box. Let me show you an example. In this example here, we have a number of questions on our left. When it says list the problems, a student would type in their response and click the submit. Now once that's done, they get their feedback that it has been submitted. However, the question remains here, so they can continue on to the next question and make another submission. And let's say they went away and had a coffee and they couldn't remember which one they were on. They thought, oh yeah, I did do list problems. But when they get there, they see this blank box. Now, even though their submission has been stored in the log file, just the fact that they're seeing this empty box scares them and they think, oh my god, my answers were missed. So to prevent that from happening, the best way to design it is to actually make sure that once they have submitted their answer, that question actually gets removed. So let me show you how to do that using prerequisites. Okay, I have opened up the file that we were working on and I'm going to the location called Answer Questions where all the questions were listed. Now, what we wanted to do is have this first question disappear once the student has submitted their response. So we look over here on prerequisites and we click on this button here to add a prerequisite. Okay, so currently it says, I want the action list problems to be available if. Now, it is available, so we say if the report list problems has been submitted. Now, in reverse order, if it's not been submitted, it'd be available, and if it does get submitted, it's not available. So if we add that prerequisite and do a Control Tab to go to player mode, we can enter in our response, click Submit, and you'll see the action has now disappeared. So let's just do that one more time. We click on the next action and we bring up the prerequisite for that action, and it's the same. I want this action number 2, list 2 to 5 differential diagnoses, to be available if the report, and this time it's the number 2 report, has not been submitted. So it's going to be available when it hasn't been submitted, and it's going to go away when it has been submitted. Add that prerequisite, Control Tab to look at player mode, enter a response, submit, and it disappears. Now currently we've got all these questions available, and you could actually set it up so that the first question's available and all the other ones become available as the first one's been answered. So let me show you how to do that. First off, we've got list problems. List problems going to be the first question, so that's fine. And we want the first question to go away once it's submitted, so we've done that. Now for the next one, we only want this to be available once list problems has been submitted. So we add another prerequisite. So we want that one to be available when the report list problems has been submitted, and add that prerequisite. Then the second prerequisite was if it has not been submitted, it's still there, but once it has been submitted, it goes away. Might sound a little bit confusing, but once you actually get started doing it, it's very simple. So let's have a look and do a reset. I'm just resetting my state so that I can get these questions back. So what I've got is list problems, and as you can see, number 2 question isn't there yet because it comes after it's submitted. Then I click on number 2, submit, and it disappears. And of course we'd need to do the same for the rest. Okay, I hope that was helpful. And if you'd like to have a look at a simple SBLi file that uses this principle, you can go to the SBLi website, which is www.sblinteractive.org, and click on Support, then go over to Forums and FAQs, then click on SBL Interactive Building and Using Scenarios Forum. In here you'll see a post labelled Using Prerequisites to Remove Questions Once They've Been Answered. In this post you'll find a link to a file. Note, this file is actually in a zip file format. So when you download it, all you need to do is rename this extension to SBLi, and it will become a usable SBLi file. Okay, thanks for watching.